We are living in unprecedented times. Let us continue to focus our minds on making the best use of what we have to build a stronger economy and a more cohesive society. It is a difficult journey ahead, but you will not walk alone.
Yeah.
So that is just a short snippet from, 2020, which was a challenging time for not only Singapore, but obviously globally.
Yes.
And during that period, you also had to deliver 5 budgets,
Indeed.
which was very unusual.
Yes.
I mean, what was it like for you personally during that period, and what was the toughest decision that you had to make?
Well, that period was an extremely intense and stressful time. The main reason is that the COVID pandemic was a pandemic that we and the whole world didn't fully understand what it was and the extent to which it would spread across the whole world. And we were also very concerned about how that might affect all Singaporeans, particularly our seniors, because the medical evidence from other countries showed that seniors who were not vaccinated had the highest mortality rate. And so it was, and we were dealing with a crisis of multiple fronts. We were dealing with a health crisis, we were dealing with an economic crisis, and in fact, I was concerned about whether it might also trigger a financial crisis, which would have been disastrous. And thankfully, that didn't happen. So I think it was, you were dealing with a big fog of uncertainty. We could not confidently say that whatever we do would work, because you are running against a moving target. Every time you do something, new developments crop up, and you just have to keep running and running faster and faster. So, and that is the reason why I had to do 5 budgets, because the situation evolved so rapidly that what we planned in the first budget was no longer adequate within weeks, and then you had to do a second budget, and again that turned out to be inadequate, and we had to do. So I think being able to dynamically adjust our policies, our strategies, and having the resources to do that, and having the trust and confidence of our people to support us in doing that was so critical. And we just have to take a very different mindset that this is not just about long-term planning. Our goal is very clear that we want to emerge stronger out of this crisis, but you've got to deal with the pothole right in front of you and get over the pothole quickly. And so we are able to deal with that. And I'm very glad that we were able to do that together as a country. Not just the finance ministry, but all our ministries. It's a whole government effort, it's a whole of society effort, that our people had the trust in government that when the advice of, for example, wearing masks came out, people did observe these rules diligently, and that helped us to cut our infection rate. At the same time, our support for businesses helped us to emerge better. So in fact, during the COVID crisis, I discussed with Prime Minister Lee, and I said, I think the COVID pandemic is continuing to reshape the economy, and we must seek to emerge stronger out of this. So I set up an Emerging Stronger Task Force, headed by Minister Desmond Lee and Mr. Tan Chong Ming. The Emerging Stronger Task Force then recommended a series of measures on what Singapore could do. And I'm very glad that many of those measures have yielded results, and that some of those measures are now part of our governing philosophy and part of our structure. I felt that it is important that even though I was working very hard, even though I was really quite exhausted by it, but it's important for us as in a political leadership to project confidence, to project that and to galvanize Singaporeans to have that confidence to face this crisis. So I think in the process, we also learned something, that the first, that we in a way that we deal with fast-changing situation and very uncertain situation, that we need to develop the capacity in our political leadership, in our public service, to have this flexibility of the mind, to have this trust and confidence in each other, and also to be able to build this rapport with our citizens very early on. Because I think trust in our society is critical when you have to face major uncertainties like this. And I think I'm glad that we were able to achieve that. And I hope that this remains a very key part of Singapore's DNA into the future.